Okay, we're back with Coach Hoiberg. I will start questions with Robin. If you have questions, put in the queue for me. Thank you.
Fred, obviously you guys have a completely different team from a year ago, but Georgia Tech returns pretty much everyone. What do you remember from that game and the types of challenges that they presented, especially defensively?
Yeah, they play a very unique defense, Robin, and it's something where you saw in their last game against Kentucky, they forced 22 turnovers out of it. They do a really good job in their gaps. They play passing lanes. They've got great hands. They do a good job stepping in and drawing charges. It's a very difficult zone to prepare for. It's very tough to simulate in practice because of their length. It's a 1-3-1 that morphs back into a 2-3, 3-2 based on where your players are, and they match up out of it. That's one thing last year. I thought played in our heels a little bit. We have to continue to play fast. We have to continue to play with pace and try to get down the floor quickly, regardless of what defense we are playing against. And that's what the zone is meant to do. It tries to take you out of your rhythm. I thought Georgia Tech did a phenomenal job against Kentucky of doing that. And again, forcing those turnovers, which got them out in transition, got them easy baskets, and got them confident early in that game. But I thought Georgia Tech really dominated that game from start to finish. So we're going to have to come out, hopefully get off to a good start, hopefully knock some shots down early, and really stay on attack mode for the entire 40 minutes.
Sam McEwen?
Hey, how good is number 5 for them? They use him in a lot of different ways. He's out on the floor. He can be underneath. How much of a challenge is he to stop, and how do you go about trying to do so?
Yeah, Moses Wright's been as good as any player in the country so far. He's averaging 24 and I think almost 11 rebounds, and has done it in all 3 games. And you just look at he's playing with so much confidence right now, Sam, is what I've seen. He's 3 for 5 from the 3-point line. He's facing up in the mid-range, going up without hesitation. He's a terrific averaging 5 offensive rebounds a game. That's going to be a huge challenge for us, and one of the big keys if we want to win is we're going to have to do a good job on the glass. He comes from all over the place. Transition, he'll fly out of nowhere for tip dunks, and he's got great athleticism. And then on the block, he's got a really nice jump hook, good pump fake down there. He had several 3-point plays against Kentucky. The biggest thing about Moses Wright is the motor that he plays with. The kid plays so hard and plays with a great passion. So yeah, that's a tough matchup for us just because of his size and athleticism.
Chris Basnett?
Hey, Fred, do you feel like your team is, no, obviously you don't have a choice, but do you feel like your team's ready to kind of take the next step up as far as competition, playing a good Georgia Tech team, then obviously Creighton later in the week, and what makes you think that the guys are ready for that next step?
Yeah, I think we've had very good challenges early in the season, and you see a team like North Dakota State, what they've done, going on the road, playing Creighton to a 10-point game, having a chance to win it under a minute against Kansas and Allen Fieldhouse. That was a great challenge, playing against South Dakota. A team that's got very good athletes, a team that, gave us a great challenge. The game against Nevada obviously was a difficult game for us, played us a different way, a team that I think will do very well in their league. So we've had good challenges that I think will prepare us for this. Every timeout is a new opportunity for us. I've talked to a lot of coaches around the country, coaches that I have good relationships with, and you're seeing it all over the place. When you see something for the first time, as opposed to having a chance to play a scrimmage or play an exhibition game, you're on your heels a little bit and you learn from it. And hopefully we're prepared now to go into 22 high major games and play our best basketball. Starting with this game in the ACC tomorrow, then a great team, top 10 team in Creighton with a one-day prep, and then having 20 Big Ten games. So we're going to have to play really good basketball to have a chance to win these games. But I'm confident in our group. I love their mentality. I've talked about it a lot, with their passion for the game and their commitment to this game, commitment to their craft. And I'm confident we're going to go out and compete every night. It will be good enough, I don't know, but we're going to go out and compete every time we step on the floor.
Kevin Suits?
Fred, schedules are so bizarre this year. There's not many non-conference games, no matter what league you're in. But yet somebody made a point to make sure that the Big Ten was still playing the ACC in this challenge, and this series would continue. Why do you think that was the case? And the schedule makers, why do you think that they remained committed to this despite everything that's going on?
Well, it's a big game. It's arguably the two best leagues in the country going at it, and the opportunity to be on national television, to play these showcase games. You see the games that are being played tonight. You have some phenomenal matchups. You got a couple more great matchups tomorrow, and then unfortunately you've had a couple games that are postponed right now that we'll see if they get back on the schedule. But it's a great event. It's a phenomenal event. Hopefully we'll do our part and go out and play well tomorrow and give ourselves a chance to win.
Michael Bruns?
Fred, what did you guys kind of get out of that, I guess, unexpected break that you had? I mean, what did you kind of focus on? And I guess as a follow-up, are you guys looking for a replacement game for that, or how are you kind of handling that?
Yeah, I mean, it was a disappointment, Michael, obviously, for our guys. They were in the weight room when the word came out that the game against South Florida had been canceled due to a staff member coming down with the virus, and then we made the decision that it was best to not take any chances. And, that again, we knew the likelihood of something like this happening was very high. We anticipate that probably this isn't the last time that this will happen for us or for our league. So, it was deflating for the guys, and you had to manage it properly to get their minds right and get them prepared to go on to the next step when they lose an opportunity to go out there and compete. Everything you work for is for those game opportunities, and when you have the disappointment of one getting canceled in a shortened season already, it's a letdown for the players. So we went out and had an upbeat, more skill work type practice that day. We had a good, solid workout the following day, and then gave them the following day off because of the short turnaround that we're going to have this week. It was really our only time to take a break. So, it's just getting the mentality of our players where it needs to be to compete against the teams that we're going to be playing this week. And again, we've had 2 really good days of preparation. Hopefully have another sharp workout today, good walkthrough tomorrow, and go out and play well.
Okay, we'll take about 3 more here. Let's put Matt Foster.
Fred, I know your focus is on Georgia Tech, but I want to ask you about the Creighton Nebraska rivalry real quick. How big of a game is that to you, knowing what it means to the fans in the state of both schools, and how much do some of the newer guys really understand how big of a rivalry it is between Creighton and Nebraska?
Yeah, it's always fun playing in rivalry games. I was part of a great one in the state of Iowa growing up, playing for Iowa State, playing 4 years against Iowa and then coaching in that same rivalry game for 5 years. So to have 9 opportunities to coach in a game that means so much to the state, it's a privilege and it's an honor to do that. So, obviously right now our focus is solely on Georgia Tech. You can't look by anybody, and, specifically a team of this caliber that's coming off an unbelievable performance. But certainly our guys know, they saw what happened last year, with just absolutely getting it handed to us. Creighton has a chance to be there at the end this year and, is a national championship contender with the players on their team. But right now, Georgia Tech is all we're focused on, and then, we'll worry about Creighton when we get that 24 hours to prepare for them.
Sam McEwen?
This is similar to Chris's question, but do you feel like your team is better equipped now to face the more talented teams? I mean, Lord knows you got a bunch of them in the Big Ten, but at times last year you guys would have 25, 30 good minutes, but then there'd be that 10 minutes where it was sort of a separator. Do you feel like your team has got more talent to be able to compete against teams like Georgia Tech and Creighton in the Big Ten that's coming?
Well, I think our big thing, Sam, again, and I'll go back to when we first got this group together, and we went back to those individual workouts and small group workouts. You just saw a passion for the game of basketball, and you have to have that if you're going to be a consistent team that competes every time you step on the floor. That's what this group is all about. You look at the length and the athleticism that we have with this group. I think it does give us an opportunity to compete. When I look at some of the things after, the loss against Nevada, or things that we needed to work on after some of our other performances, I've seen a dedication to get better. It's a very coachable group where you go into a film session, you say something directly to a person. It's not, nothing's personal with this group. They take it constructively and they get better from it. So just from a mentality standpoint, Sam, I think this group has what it takes to be a group that competes every night. And again, with the teams we're competing against and the talent we're competing against, Is it good enough? We'll see. But I am confident that we're going to come out every night and give everything we have.
Official Jacob Padilla.
Coach, Jose Alvarado didn't play against you guys last year. What kind of challenges does he provide as a senior point guard who does a lot of things for them?
Yeah, he's very, the thing about him, he's the heart and soul of that team. He just because of the passion, the energy that he plays with, he's got great hands. He creates a lot of steals. He's the head of the snake in that zone. He'll pick you up at half court and really make you work right as you get over the line. And he's a guy that can make shots and make plays. So he's a very very good lead guard that does a lot of things for that team. And most notably his defense. He does a great job of picking you up and making things difficult for your point guard.
We'll finish with Robin Washington.
Fred, I just wanted to clarify. Did you say that you guys are looking to replace that Florida A&M game yet? Or
we'll see how things go, Robin. Right now we feel we have flexibility with it, and we'll see how things go. These next couple games, but we'll see, Robin. Right now we don't have anything planned, but we do have flexibility, obviously, with having one more game in our back pocket.
Thank you guys. That will finish up, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll be returning.